Welcome back. Again, my name is Elaine McCrae, and we are going to be continuing on with your health and safety training. You should have a checklist along with this training that will cover each of the subjects that we will be covering during your health and safety training. As we cover each subject, you will need to initial next to each subject as we cover it, and then sign and date it at the bottom of the sheet once we are done. And then your director will also sign and date it at the bottom once we are done as well. If at this time you have any questions or concerns or need any clarification on anything, that would be a perfect time for you to ask those questions, and then your director will be able to clarify anything for you. So let's move on with health and safety. Preventing the spread of communicable diseases. Doing a daily health check. Conducting a daily health assessment of each child every day upon arrival and before the parent leaves. This allows you to make a judgment about what is normal or not for each child. This allows you to identify the problem early and confront the parents before they leave, asking any pertinent questions that might benefit the child and your day. Providers should do a casual observation of the child in their initial contact as they welcome the child. You are checking for easily observable, simple signs of well-being. A health check is not a medical examination. It is not a way to find reasons to exclude children. Exclusion may result from a quick check observation and your follow-up. But your goal is to know your children better and to provide good care. In a child care setting where lots of people are coming and going at the same time, it is hard to take a moment with each child. However, this welcoming routine can establish many things and is good child development policy. This contact will better help you understand each child, help the children feel comfortable and good about themselves, reduce the spread of illness by excluding children with obvious signs of illness, and foster better communication with parents. A great example of a welcoming routine is giving hugs. A hug is a great way to check a child's temperature, listen to their breathing, feel for any discomfort, and check their overall mood and temperament. Signs to observe. When conducting a daily health check, you should watch for the following. General good mood and changes in behavior. Are they happy, sad, cranky, sluggish, sleepy, or acting or behaving unusually? Do they have an elevated fever or body temperature? If there is a change in the child's appearance or behavior. Skin rashes, itchy skin, itchy scalp, unusual spots, swelling, or bruising. Are there complaints of pain and not feeling well? Other signs and symptoms of disease, such as severe coughing, sneezing, or breathing difficulties. Discharge from the nose, ears, or eyes, diarrhea, vomiting, or so on. Was there any reported illness in the child or family member since the last date of attendance? This could be a red flag for you if the child in your care were to start behaving strangely or act like they're not feeling well. Use your senses to check for signs of illness. Listen to what the child or parent tell you about how the child is feeling. Is the child's voice hoarse? Is he having trouble breathing, or is he coughing? Look at the child from his or her level. Observe for signs of crankiness, pain, discomfort, or being tired. Does the child look pale, have a rash or sores, a runny nose or eyes? Feel the child's cheeks and neck for warmth, clamminess, or bumps as a casual way of greeting. Smell the child for unusual odor in their breath, diaper, or stool. If you have any concerns about how a particular child looks or feels, discuss them with the parent right then and there. Gloves. Use gloves when you are dealing with any type of bodily fluid, noses, blood, vomit, pottying, and diapering, and when handling food. Change gloves after each use with a child. Make sure the glove is thrown in the trash and not left out on the counters, tables, etc. The last thing you want is for a child to pick up that dirty glove, wipe it with their face, wipe it with the tables or the walls, etc. And then before you know it, you've got whatever germs were all over that glove, all over your classroom and the tables and everything else. Hand washing. Hand washing is the most important infection control measure to prevent illness in yourself and the children you care for. When caregivers, children, and parents wash their hands at the proper times and with the proper technique, the amount of illness in child care can be drastically reduced. Hands should be washed with soap and water. You must rub your hands together for at least 10 seconds and then rinse well under running water until all the soil and soap are gone. This should take you the amount of time it takes you to sing Happy Birthday twice. You must turn off the sink with a towel and dispose of the towel in the trash can. Hand sanitizers are not a replacement for soap and water. When assisting a child in hand washing, either hold the child, especially if they are an infant, or have the child stand on a safety step at the height at which the child's hands can hang freely under the water. Assist the child in performing all of the steps for proper hand washing and then wash your own hands. When should hands be washed? Caregivers, children, and parents should wash their hands upon arrival at the center. Before and after eating, drinking, or handling food, feeding a child, giving medication, or playing in water that is used by more than one person, such as the water table. After toileting, diapering, or assisting a child in the toilet, handling bodily fluids such as blood, urine, stool, vomit, saliva, mucus, including wiping noses, cleaning up or handling garbage, playing or working outdoors, handling pets and other animals, their cages and other pet objects, touching sick children, especially those with skin lesions, handling food, removing gloves used for any purpose, hands are visibly dirty. Cleaning and disinfecting. It is inevitable that germs will spread to surfaces and objects. To prevent the spread of germs and create a sanitary and hygienic environment for children, you need to regularly clean and disinfect those surfaces and objects. Clean and disinfect surfaces and objects with paper towels only as sponges and towels hold and grow germs and bacteria. Cleaning and disinfecting are not the same thing. You need to do both to keep germs from spreading. Cleaning gets rid of the dirt that you can see. Routine cleaning with soap and water is the most useful method for removing germs from surfaces in the child care setting. Good cleaning physically reduces the number of germs from the surfaces, just as hand washing reduces the number of germs from the hands. Disinfecting or sanitizing means cleaning with a bleach solution or other approved disinfectant to kill and get rid of most of the germs you cannot see, but which remains on the surface after cleaning. The disinfection process usually uses chemicals that are stronger than soap and water and will destroy and reduce the number of germs. It usually requires soaking or wetting the items for several minutes to give the chemical time to kill the remaining germs. Surfaces considered to be most likely to be contaminated are those with which children are most likely to have close contact. These include toys that children put in their mouths, crib rails, food preparation areas, the surfaces likely to become very contaminated with germs, such as diaper changing areas, sinks, and toilets. Bathroom surfaces such as faucet handles and toilet seats should be washed and disinfected several times a day. Surfaces that infants and toddlers are likely to touch or mouth, such as crib rails, should be washed and disinfected with non-toxic disinfectant such as bleach solution at least once every day and more often if visibly soiled. Toys that children put in their mouth should be washed and disinfected between uses by individual children. When an infant or toddler finishes playing with a toy, you should retrieve it from the play area and put it in a bin reserved for dirty toys. This bin should be out of the reach of children. Toys can be washed at a later, more convenient time, and then transferred to a bin for clean toys and safely reused by other children. Important rules about diapering. You want to make sure that you are using the area only for diapering. Set up the diapering area as far away from any food handling area. Provide running water so hands can be washed immediately after a diaper is changed. Construct a diapering surface which is flat, safe, and preferably at least 3 feet above the floor. Be sure the surface is clean, waterproof, and free of cracks and crevices. Cover it with a disposable cover if that's applicable to your center. Keep all creams, lotions, and cleaning items out of the reach of children. Use a guardrail or recessed area as an extra safety measure. And under no circumstances, ever should a child be left alone for any reason whatsoever, not even for a second. Diapering procedures. Number 1. Get prepared. Gather all of your diapering supplies so they are within reach, including the diaper, wipes, a plastic bag for soiled clothing, and a plastic-lined, hands-free covered can or trash can. Cover the diapering surface with a disposable paper or have your cleaner ready to disinfect it after you're done. Put on your disposable gloves. Number 2, place the child on the diapering table. Remove the bottom clothes and any soiled clothing. Remove socks and shoes that cannot be kept clean. Avoid contact with the soiled items, and always keep one hand on the child at all times. Number 3, unfasten the diaper and clean the child's diaper area. Within the soiled diaper under the child, with the soiled diaper under the child, lift the child's legs and clean the child's bottom. Clean from front to back with a fresh wipe each time. Number 4, dispose of the diaper and soiled items. Put the soiled wipes in the soiled diaper. Remove the diaper and dispose of it in a plastic-lined, hands-free covered can or trash can. If the disposable paper is soiled, use the paper that extends under the child's feet to fold up under the child's bottom. Remove gloves and dispose of them in hands-free can. Use a fresh wipe to clean your hands. Use a fresh wipe to clean the child's hands. Number 5, put on a clean diaper and dress the child. Put a clean diaper under the child. Apply diaper cream with a tissue as needed, and fasten the diaper and dress the child. Number 6, wash the child's hands. Moisten hands and apply liquid or foam soap to hand surfaces from fingertips to wrists. Rinse with running water. Dry with a single-use paper or cloth towel. Return the child to a supervised area away from the diapering table. Clean and disinfect the diaper changing surface. Discard the paper liner. Remove any visible soil with soap and water. Apply EPA registered disinfectant and use according to label instructions. Be sure to leave the disinfectant on the surface for the required contact time. Number 8, wash your hands with soap and running water and record the diaper change in the report or the daily sheet for the parent. Include the time of the diaper change and diaper contents. Note any problems such as skin redness, rashes, or loose stools. Moving on to severe injury or illness. Severe injury or illness is any head injury, severe bleeding, severe cut, seizures, broken bones, choking, fainting, or anything common sense would dictate as a severe injury or illness. For example, a scraped knee or elbow is not a severe injury. However, a child falling from the play structure would be considered a severe injury or illness, especially if they cannot move that arm or leg. So you would definitely want to contact the director or person in charge up at the front so that they can contact the parent. That would be considered a severe injury or illness. If such injury occurs, you want to stay calm. Check for life-threatening situations. Is there choking, severe bleeding, or shock? Do not remove a seriously injured child or a child having a seizure. Call the front desk or have another teacher call the front desk. We will call 911. Remove other children from the situation and keep them calm. Once management has been notified, it is our job to take over the situation while you maintain the classroom. Give CPR or first aid if necessary. Contact the parent or emergency contact. Record all injuries as soon as possible after the incident. At all times, you should have emergency numbers posted by the phone, police, ambulance, and poison control. Keep parent consent forms for emergency treatment and emergency contacts on file, and take a copy with you whenever you leave the facility with the child. Maintain a current CPR and first aid certificate. Post first aid procedures where they can be easily seen. Keep a fully stocked first aid kit. This is located in the front office. Have ice cubes or ice bags readily available to reduce swelling of some injuries. Have a stocked first aid kit in every vehicle used to transport children. Don't use first aid ointments or sprays as they may cause allergic reactions or skin damage. Use alcohol or antiseptic wipes. Wear gloves when working with any bodily fluids. Allergies and allergy lists. There is an allergy list in every classroom that is updated every month or every time a new child is enrolled with an allergy. You are required to check the allergy list every time you serve food to the children and every time you enter an unfamiliar classroom. You need to also check the allergy list at least once a day to make sure nothing has changed regarding any of the children you are assigned to. The allergy list not only has food allergies listed, but bug bite allergies, medicine, severe asthma, latex, and febrile seizure children as well. There are also children in the facility who have allergies so severe it requires an EpiPen. Familiarize yourself with these children and what their allergy is. The EpiPen is located in the front office and needs to be used immediately when the specific child comes in contact with the particular allergy. When checking your children, if you notice anything unusual, you need to refer to the allergy list and call the front desk. Children can have allergies unknown to anyone until they have a reaction. For this reason, you need to monitor the amount of perfume you wear to work and not use any lotion that has perfume in it. Many children and adults can be allergic to the oils in perfume and lotions that can cause skin irritations, headaches, etc. If you are a smoker, you need to change your clothes and wash your hands before coming into work. Smoke lingers in your clothing and can cause serious damage to the children you care for. SIDS has even been linked to babies being held by people who have smoke in their clothing. Food labeling. All children's food and personal food needs to be labeled with their name and date and placed away from the children's reach. No expired items should ever be served to the children, including medication. All personal bottles, sippy cups, utensils, toys, clothing, medicine, etc. need to be labeled with the child's name, as well as not given to any person or child other than the owner of the item. Medication. Medication given to children must be prescribed by a doctor and should be in its original box with its original prescription label adhered to it. All medication is only to be given through the front. If a parent asks you to give their child medication, you need to ask that they inform the front so that one of management can administer the medication. If parents bring medication, please ask that they drop it off at the front, as we need to label it and keep it away from other children getting into it. If the parent does not inform you of the medication, yet you come across it in the child's bag, please notify the front so that we can retrieve the medication and contact the parent. This includes breathing treatments. Drills and evacuation. Fire. You want to stay calm, follow the fire exit route located in all rooms. In case of an actual fire, exit away from the fire or smoke. Make sure you have all children accounted for. Exit as quickly as possible. Have your clipboard or binder with you. Know how many children you have. Stay calm. Count, and recount. Make sure you're doing name-to-face recognition. Line up away from the building on the curb. Leave all items behind. You do not have time to gather them. Play games with your children while you wait. Stay until management tells you it's safe to go back to class. In case of a severe weather. This includes tornado, hurricane, high winds, or anything that requires a duck and take cover. Move to a location on the inner part of the building away from the outside windows. This includes bathrooms, hallways, the kitchen, or closets. Have children sit, duck, and put their hands behind their head. Stay calm. Have your clipboard or your binder with you at all times. Know how many children you have at all times. And stay until management tells you it's safe to go back to class. Evacuation. If we need to evacuate for any reason, each school has a designated evacuation site that we will relocate the children to in case of an emergency. Please talk with your director for clarification on where your school's evacuation site is located. Because we will have to drive to the site, all van drivers need to make sure there is at least half a tank of gas in the vans at all times. You will need to have your clipboard with the children's names on it, and management will bring the emergency contact information. You need to make sure you know how many children you have at all times and constantly count, and recount using the name-to-face recognition. Stay calm and make sure your children stay calm. In the event of an evacuation, no child will be released to anyone other than their parent, regardless of what their enrollment paperwork states. Lockdown drill or lockdown. This is a bomb threat, volatile person, dangerous animal, etc. No one in or out of the building until further notice. Supervision, safety, and ratios. As a Treehouse Academy teacher, you are responsible for delivering nurturing care and continuous supervision of assigned children at all times. You must never sit in class, outside, or in the treehouse neighborhood if you have a treehouse neighborhood. Always walk around and engage with your classroom. Participate in activities with your children. Always be listening and looking for what is going on in your class. Use your senses. Never have your back to the children. Position yourself to always be able to see what is going on in your classroom. Never pick up a child by the arms, rather pick them up under the armpits by the waist. No child should ever be left unattended, including in the bathrooms or the hallways. You must be CPR and first aid certified to be left alone with any child. You must be CPR and first aid certified to drive a van or treehouse bus. Babies should always be laid to sleep in their bed and on their backs. Always be one step ahead of your children by knowing your children and having a plan. Always know how many children you have at all times. Make a name-to-face recognition of every child in your care. When entering a new class, make sure you get all the information about the children before the exiting teacher leaves for the day. Know the oldest and youngest child in your classroom. Know and follow all state ratios, and if you are out of ratio, immediately call the front so that we can get you some assistance. In your packet, you will have a cleaning and disinfecting list. This will tell you all of the things that need to be cleaned and disinfected throughout your classroom. So this is a good guide, and it will give you an idea of what you should be cleaning every single day throughout the day, along with your daily checklist that you should have in your classroom of your cleaning and disinfecting. So make sure that you do have this and that you are checking it daily. It should be turned in at the end of every week as well, so that your director and front office staff is also keeping track and making sure that everything is being cleaned and disinfected the way that it needs to. The next thing in your packet is a quick signs to observe morning health check checklist. It'll let you know of the signs to observe, like the general mood and changes in behavior. You want to check for the fever or elevated body temperature, skin rashes, unusual spot swelling or bruising, complaints of pain and not feeling well, signs and symptoms of disease, such as severe coughing, sneezing, breathing difficulties, discharge from the nose, ears or eyes, diarrhea, vomiting, etc. Reported illness in the child or family members. Use all of your senses, look for signs, listen for complaints, feel for fever, smell for unusual odor. This is just a recap of what you want to check for in your daily health check. So you want to have this readily available. You can post it in your classroom, inside one of the cabinets, so that you have it, to reference back to. The next thing in your packet is a quick how to wash your hands properly. It gives you a step-by-step list on how to wash your hands, from putting soap on your hands to running water, to how to rub your hands together, to the use of towels, to how to dispose of your towel. So make sure that you are reading through this and that you are washing your hands in the proper way, in the proper manner. The next thing which I find really, really fun is a hand washing song that you can teach yourself and then go on to teach the kiddos in your classroom. It goes to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So you can definitely teach that to yourself and then teach your kiddos. It's really, really fun, and the kiddos get a kick out of learning how to wash their hands while singing that song. that is it for our health and safety. At this point, if you have any questions or concerns, definitely ask your director. It was so much fun doing this training with you guys today, and we look forward to working with you guys in the future. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.